You know, the reason for the Monterey Pop, it was really to validate rock and roll. And it was the desires of Lou Adler and John Phillips and Paul McCartney that they wanted, number one, McCartney wanted his music to be thought of more with more dignity, like classical music or like jazz. They wanted it to be thought of as a sophisticated kind of art form. Still, rock and roll did not have this credibility like it does now.
The interesting thing about the number of performers who responded to the call, and then the breadth of everything from blues to soul, Lou Rawls, Otis Redding, to The Who, and Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, kind of breakout performances that were amazing performances. There were the performances on stage, but then there was just the vibe of the community that came together. There were locals, there were people who had traveled from the Bay Area, from Los Angeles, and it was really the summer of love. It was pre-Woodstock. It was pre-Altamont, of course. It was peace, love, and good vibes, and so people were wearing hippie clothing, the smell of incense, the smell of other burning combustibles kind of permeated the entire weekend.
There was painted faces everywhere and young, beautiful women and cops with flowers in their lapels. Just all kinds of activities going on, people selling love beads and things like that. And kind of a fantasy, really. It was unbelievable.
You know, just the start of what they called the Summer of Love. So there was a lot of really good music we were listening to then. Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, Jimi Hendrix, all sorts of groups. And so we saw this festival coming up that was going to be right here, and so it was the place to go.
We had never been to any kind of a performance where people got up. I mean, when you go to the symphony, you sit in your seat, and you could feel the movement of the crowd as the day went on, and the moods are starting to shift, and we're noticing all the people around us are getting up out of their seats, and they're dancing, and they're going into the aisles, and they're participating with it, and we're looking around thinking, well, that looks like fun.
I was changed, and everyone else that I have spoken to since then who was there was changed by the experience of being there.
So the music really was very powerful, and all the music was telling us to cast off the old way, the culture of our parents and grandparents and their parents. Basically, as Timothy Leary had said, tune in, turn on, and drop out.
California dreaming on such a winter's day, you know. I mean, it was a message, you know. California dreaming, and the painting a rosy picture. It was painting a rosy picture, you know, seeing life through the rose-colored glasses, and we wanted to see life that way. We wanted the dream to continue. It did not. It did not.